Hey guys, it's Allison, and this is my third attempt at recording this video. I recorded it yesterday and it disappeared. I'm sure it's my fault. As we've discussed, I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. I barely can believe I got videos up on the first place. I was halfway through the video just recording it, and my dogs went crazy. I have two dogs. They're adorable. They're new to me. They play with each other. They're a bonded pair, and sometimes they go nuts and start howling. And because I don't know how to edit, here we are again. So if it doesn't work this time, maybe this is like a sign from the universe that I'm not going to do this video, but I'm really excited about it. So here we go, trying to get it done. This is day 10. So this is today's the 11th. This is the day 10 video. We're going to try and get this put to bed. And I'm excited about this prompt because, oh my God. Max! Let's see if that works. I'm so sorry to put you through this. Anybody who's watching this, what a disaster. Max! Okay, fingers crossed. I'm so sorry. I'm such a hack. Max, comment. Okay, here he is. So, decks I want to use this year. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try and do it quickly so that we can get through this. The first deck I'd like to use this year, although I probably won't use it till the fall, Halloween time, is the Trick or Treat Tarot by Duck Soup. I ordered this as part of a Kickstarter campaign. Really excited about it. And then it came in November, which is fine. Artists have to do what they have to do to get their decks out. I don't mind waiting. I never mind waiting. But I just wasn't kind of in the mood anymore. I do really love this art style. This idea of sort of 50s collage-y deck that looks like this looks to me kind of like those old postcards on eBay that cost a fortune that say, Happy Halloween. And I do really like it. Whether or not I'll really read with it, now that I'm looking at it, I'm just not sure. Whether it's going to be just like a little kitschy Halloween accessory that I love to have. I do have the Halloween Tarot by Kipling West, and I talked about that deck. And it's really good. It's a really great little deck, and it looks like it's going to be nothing, but I really strongly recommend it. So whether or not this will become a deck where I actually want to read with it, I don't know, but it's just so fun. Art, they've changed some of the major arcana. Queen of Cups, isn't that fun? Like, oh God, can we even? I do love it, but just where it's gonna fit into my tarot practice or my Halloween celebrations or my art collection, I just don't know, and that's fine, and we'll see how that goes. But I just sort of got it and I flipped through it and I was like, how much fun, and then I put it away and I didn't look at it at all, and it deserves better than that. So there's a 2018 option for us. The second one I want to talk about is the Green Witches Tarot. This is another one that I thought I would use non-stop after I first got it. It's the original Llewellyn Publishing. It's got the original Llewellyn cardstock, which it's not fantastic cardstock, but I actually liked it better than the one they went to. I think they may have gone back now. I haven't ordered a Llewellyn deck in a while. I loved the borderless. I loved the seasons depicted. I loved the cards that play... I'm a loser. I love the cards that play with shadow and light. Like, the lighting here is terrible, I know, I'm so sorry. I can't find any daylight time where they say film with natural light, but it's Canada and it's January, so our daylight is so limited. But the way it plays with light and shadow is really gorgeous, and I know this video is not doing it justice, but it looks like a shining moon in the card. And I'll see if even I can show you the card that made me decide to get this deck, if I can find it. Ooh, I really like this for the death card Nature. The man, the bear trap. It's really cool. Now that I talked about it, I'm not going to be able to find it probably. Although you've probably seen it if you watch these videos. Of course. This happened to me in another video too. The Hermit is always hiding at the end. But this Holly King. Oh, I love Christmas. I love that energy. I love winter scenes. I just think it's beautiful. I think part of my challenge has been, I thought this would be a deck that I work with around the holiday season because this really, really reminds me of Christmas. But there are other, well, here's a perfect example. These other cards are so spring and summery. I think that I had it put in one area in my mind, and I think I want to work it across the season. So that's the Green Witches Tarot. I do really, really like it, and it just deserves some more love than I've given it for some reason. And the reason that I didn't play with it as much as I thought I would is I got the Albano Weight Tarot at around the same time, and that one really worked for me, and I sort of became obsessed with that one for a while. The next one I want to talk about is the Animal Totem Tarot. And this one, I started reading the book and started working with it and got distracted by something. This is the deck I have with a newer Llewellyn cardstock. And it's, I don't know what, this is one of those funny things. I don't know if this happens to you, but it's thicker. It doesn't feel as nice this way. It feels cardboardy when you run your fingers across it a little bit, a tiny bit. And somehow in my mind, when I put this deck away, I get this idea in my head that's like sandpaper. Like, oh, I don't want to work with that sandpaper deck. And then I take it out and feel it, and it's just fine. I don't know what my problem is. But I really like this deck. I'm a big animal fan. Ace of Pentacles, little dung beetle, doing all that hard earthly work. King of Swords. Two of Cups with the Hermit Crab. I don't actually know all of these animals that are featured in the deck. 10 of Wands, little snail climbing up. Oh, okay, let's talk about how fabulous this card is. Oh, 3 of Swords. You know, the elephants mourn their dead. They have rituals for their dead. Elephants are poached and stolen, and it's just so fitting. It's so good. It's a beautiful deck with many cute images, but it is not a cutesy deck. The other thing I really like about this deck, and I should have brought it out, it's on my shelf, it's got a really great guidebook, which helps you learn, if you're interested, not only about the symbols of the cards, but just about animals in general. Like the World card, again, I'm not going to be able to probably find, oh yeah, there it is. And of course, I've forgotten what this is called. I couldn't figure out what it was when I first looked at the deck. And then it's actually an enormous coral reef, which makes perfect sense because a coral reef is the perfect symbiotic environment where everything supports itself and everything supports each other. It's a real sense of completion. I was like, is that an amoeba? Was it a mollusk? I couldn't figure it out. But the book makes it so interesting. It's really well written. It gives you suggestions and prompts for if it's a business reading or a love reading or for personal development, journal prompts. I highly recommend it. It's a really, really nice deck. And if this kind of cardstock does bug you, I have heard from people that Llewellyn has republished this deck with the old cardstock, which is bendier and thinner, but feels nicer to run your fingers across, for what it's worth. The next deck I'm going to talk about needs no introduction, really. I'll briefly blaze over it. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is the second tarot deck I ever bought, and I actually have 2 copies because I found a copy of another first edition copy secondhand that I picked up very cheaply. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, as did all of us. But I picked it up so early in my time thinking about and looking at tarot cards that I didn't know how to read pips. I wasn't comfortable with the meanings. So this imagery, while it spoke to me in terms of evoking a response, and the artwork is so beautiful, I didn't get it. But I feel like this is my year. This is my year, Wild Unknown. I love you. And this is the year we make it happen, you and me. And the final deck I'm going to talk about, because I limited myself to 5, because when you're really a learner and you're so overwhelmed with so many beautiful images, I could have put every deck I own on this list, Rider Waite Smith on down. But this is the Mesquite Tarot. This is another one I backed on Kickstarter in the summer. I also get a very summery vibe from this deck, and it's now winter, which maybe is the reason why I haven't used it. I did love it when I saw it on Kickstarter, and I do still love it when I look at these images, but it didn't I thought I was really not going to be able to put it down when I got it, and I did put it down. I'm not sure why that is. I think partly the fact that the cards are so small. I've talked before about how I like big cards, not oracle size cards necessarily, but just regular tarot size. And I think maybe that I find the images a bit small. And this is what they said in the Kickstarter. I knew 100% what I was getting. This is no fault to these artists who have just, well, okay, let's take a look at this gorgeous card. The moon. I mean, the images are so beautiful. It came with a little bag, and the guidebook is beautifully written. Oh, a sun. It's just a sun without a naked kid. Yay! Naked kid's fine. I actually don't have a huge problem with naked kid, but it's so nice when there's not a naked kid, just as a change. The court cards, the names have been changed. Leader, knower, seeker. I can't remember. It goes to show I need to use this deck more in 2018. The magician. So all of the elements are there, right? The magician, the infinity symbol, the 4 elements. Yeah, I just don't know why. I don't know why. I haven't really used it. So I need to take some time to really make myself use it, because I can tell from the videos those women created how much effort they put into this deck and how much meaning there is. And what I do need to do, oh, isn't that gorgeous too? What I really do need to do is sit down with their guidebook, because their guidebook is written like poetry, and that really speaks to me too. So I just need to take the time. So, and the other thing too, I'm sorry, because of my lousy lighting, the colors are subtle, but they're not as subtle as this lighting is making them seem. So just keep that in mind if you're interested in this deck. Okay, so that's that video. I have an unboxing to do, which I'm really excited about. My first ever YouTube unboxing. I don't know if I have time right now. We'll give it a shot and see what I get before my dogs go crazy. Have a good night.